A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. While at supper with his disciples, Jesus was troubled in spirit and declared, "I tell you most solemnly, one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another, wondering which he meant. The disciple Jesus loved was reclining next to Jesus. Simon Peter signed to him and said, "Ask who it is he means." So leaning back on Jesus' breast, he said, "Who is it, Lord?" "It is the one," replied Jesus, "to whom I give the piece of bread that I shall dip in the dish." He dipped the piece of bread and gave it to Judas, son of Simon Iscariot. At that instant, after Judas had taken the bread, Satan entered him. Jesus then said, "What you are going to do, do quickly." None of the others at table understood the reason he said this. Since Judas had charge of the common fund, some of them thought Jesus was telling him, "Buy what we need for the festival," or telling him to give something to the poor. As soon as Judas had taken the piece of bread, he went out. Night had fallen. When he had gone, Jesus said, "Now has the Son of Man been glorified, and in him God has been glorified. If God has been glorified in him, God will in turn glorify him in himself, and will glorify him very soon. My little children, I shall not be with you much longer. You will look for me, and as I told the Jews, where I am going you cannot come." Simon Peter said, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus replied, "Where I am going you cannot follow me now. You will follow me later." Jesus said to him, "Why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." "Lay down your life for me," said Jesus. "I tell you most solemnly, before the cock crows, you will have disowned me 3 times. The Gospel of the Lord.
This Gospel often fills me with dread, not least because we hear how Jesus, God himself, was troubled in spirit. How could he not be? One of his companions, an intimate friend, was going to betray him, and Jesus is about to confront him. Now this has to be one of the most dramatic scenes in human history. It takes place in an ordinary setting around a table at supper, the confrontation. Had it been a scene from a mafia film, what would have happened? Well, Judas probably would have been taken for a drive, shot, and dumped somewhere. But Jesus is very calm. Indeed, Jesus is gentle. Jesus allows Judas to betray him, simply letting him know that he sees his betrayal. Now, Jesus even offers life to Judas in the form of bread, a chance to turn away from his action. But instead of repenting, he grasps. Is this a warning for us to receive the gift of God, the Eucharist, with a good heart? The Gospel tells us that Judas is possessed by evil. When he takes the bread from Jesus, there is darkness. Night falls. Yet even then, Jesus is in control. Jesus tells Judas, "What you are going to do, do quickly." This Gospel passage also fills me with dread for other reasons, because it reveals the human heart, our capacity for sin and betrayal. It reveals what happens when we sin, when we rebel against God without repentance, taking his gifts without loving him. Judas deliberately betrayed, who knows why? Perhaps money or power or control or malice. The tragedy of Judas is he traded the highest place for the lowest. Peter, on the other hand, is quite different. He makes a promise he will not be able to keep because of human weakness. We humans are so weak, aren't we? I'm so weak. So this is a day to reflect on the times we have betrayed Jesus, willfully or in weakness, the times we've caused him to suffer, and this is the time to ask for mercy. And let's ask Jesus to take control and bring us into light, not darkness. God bless you.
For I desire to